Zootopia. Now, this movie's been out for quite a while now. I think it's officially on, Blu-ray and DVD currently. So, in a sense, this is a timely review. But I recently saw the movie. I didn't really have much interest, which is why I didn't review it when it actually first came out. But I was like, it got like really great reviews. It's like, it beat Frozen as far as records and stuff like that, which I don't know how it did that. I'm very surprised. I was surprised Frozen also got that popular as well. I guess people just saw it and it was really good. And as an adult, you can laugh at it like crazy because it's a really funny movie. And I knew it was funny because when I first saw the trailers, it was the scene with the sloth, which is basically, that's really the only trailer I'd seen for the movie until it actually came out. I think that's all they did was basically show the entire sloth scene. And it made me laugh every time I saw it. So I was like, I know that's going to be a funny movie, but I wasn't, that interested in seeing it. But finally went to see it. I actually went to see it with my girlfriend. It was just me and her. And this was probably like 2 weeks ago, so even I was just like, because I didn't really plan on reviewing it, but it was like, well, I saw it, so I guess I might as well. But that's kind of what I do, so I guess I probably should, because I never review like movies I see, even if they're old. I tend not to review them. When I finally see them, I was like, I should change that just to review them. But it was a really funny movie. Like, it was a really good movie. The whole movie was basically about, racism and sexism and stuff like that. And it was really funny the way they did. Of course, it's all with animals. And just the dialogue were just things taken just straight out of society. And it was really funny. With my girlfriend, there's a very specific moment that applies to my girlfriend who's black. As far as hair and stuff like that. So that was really funny. And of course, as soon as that scene came up, I just turned to see what she would do, and she looked right at me. And it was just funny. I was like, yeah, it's all society stuff. So it was really funny. But it did speak, a lot to society. Unfortunately, it won't change a ton because some people will just laugh at it. But it was a great movie. It did speak on a lot of serious issues. But it was also really funny outside of the moments that, were about society. But it was really good. Visually, the CG movies today, they all look pretty good, so there's not, it didn't like blow me away. It wasn't, they didn't make it to look like photorealistic, but I did watch some video where, just going from like Frozen to this movie, it was like every animal had like 1,000,000 hairs or something, like the craziest freaking stuff. They had like some crazy tech in, in this movie, and it was like the first time they ever used it. So I didn't notice it. It just looked good, but apparently, like every single animal you see in the entire film has like 1,000,000 hairs apiece, which is a huge deal. Going from like Frozen, even Elsa's hair doesn't have like 1,000,000 strands or something like that. It was like 10,000 or 100,000 just for all of her hair, but every single animal has like 1,000,000. So a lot of crazy new technology went into this. Really little stuff like wind. All sorts of crazy patterns stuff. I just saw that, so that's why I'm mentioning it. But there's a lot in there. You might not notice it because it's like, oh, this, it just looks good. You can see the fur and stuff. But apparently, a lot of brand new technology went, into the making of this movie, and it paid off. It did look really good. There were some things I noticed. I didn't know it was like brand new technology, but at some moments you look when they do like the close-ups, it's like, man, you can really see just like the wind blowing and the patterns and stuff just look really good. And you actually pick up on some of that stuff. It's not like, the big focus, unless you're like into design, you might, really pay attention to that more than I did. But it was a really fun movie. There's not too much to really say about this one. It's not, it's not like the normal movies I review where it's like I do a review because normally they're all superhero movies, so it's like a review and then a spoiler thing. It was just a fun little movie. I definitely enjoyed it. I won't buy it personally, but I definitely watch it again. Like once it's free on TV, I'll most likely be watching this movie again because it was really funny. I don't know how they're doing deleted scenes now. I don't think they're as low tech as they used to be, where it was like, oh, well, this is a deleted scene from an animated movie and it's just the storyboard. So it might be a little bit better. I know they don't do the full process because that takes forever, but I'd be interested in seeing some of the deleted scenes for this just to see what they took out because it was a really cool movie. So if you haven't seen it by now, I'd highly recommend seeing it. It's a really funny movie. It does speak a lot about, the social issues and stuff. There's just a ton of stuff in here. It's like basically every social issue is in this movie in some way, shape, or form, just about animals. So, just some really great dialogue that's just really funny. It's like things that are seemingly nice but not really nice at all. Great like one of the first things that I really picked up. They use the word articulate, which some people might understand why that's a big deal, which I thought was really funny watching it. I was like, that does happen. So that was really funny. And there's just a lot of other things too, and of course it works for kids as well. It's just really funny. I think there's some slapstick in it here and there, but that's like every CG movie has like at least one bit of slapstick. But it's definitely a funny movie. It was a really good film. Kind of flew by. I don't know, I don't time movies, so I think it was probably normal hour and a half, hour 45 minutes sort of deal. But definitely fun. Had a lot of great voice actors in it, like some really big names who normally don't do voice acting. Like Idris Elba was in it, and I'm pretty sure if I heard right, because I'm pretty sure this was before Jungle Book. That was like the first, um, voice acting role he'd actually done, and then after that he ended up doing Jungle Book. But really cool. Voice acting was good. The visuals were good. Lots of really silly, funny jokes. But highly recommended. Of course, at this point, most people checking this out probably have seen the movie. But I would love to know what you guys thought about it. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, least favorite parts, and I would love to know if you guys would want to see a sequel to this, because that's kind of the big thing in general. If something's huge, there's going to be a sequel to it. It might take a while. It might not. It kind of depends on what it is. I don't know. Like Frozen may or may not get a sequel. I couldn't care less about Frozen. But Zootopia, I'd like to see a sequel of that. I don't know what they would do, because this was, they could just have another, kind of little story, because it's kind of a buddy cop movie a little bit as well. So they could definitely do that with the second one, especially, actually. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'd like to see it. I don't know if it could be as political, in a sense as it was in this film, where they take a lot of those issues. They probably could still do that, because it's not like any of that stuff goes away in the real world. Why would it go away, in the fake world that they made? So they could definitely pull it off. But it was a great movie. I'd love to know, like I said, what you guys thought about it. And of course, if you guys would want to see a sequel to this movie, or if it's one of those animated films where it's like, this should just stay its own little thing and just we enjoy it that way. So definitely want to know what you guys thought about it. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.